Hey guys. So, um, somebody on the game creator Discord has asked how to move a box. And I spent a little too much time trying to figure that out. Like almost 3 hours of just goofing around. So I have two different types of box moving um, figured out here. Style 1 is like Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. And we'll go ahead and take a look at that real quick first. Come on, Unity. Alright. Alright. Okay, here we go. So, the character roots next to the box and pushes as you're pushing. And if you let go, he stops. You have to start over again. And actually, I didn't have to walk backwards like that because I have it set where it teleports you back ever so slightly if you let go. You can't even really tell. So you'll be entering the trigger zone without having to move backwards out of the trigger zone. And then the second style we have here is I don't really know what type of game to compare this to, but I'm sure this type is in some games. Probably more like platformers, maybe like 2D platformers, but it's like this. It kind of, the box is basically a child object of the player. And there's a little jittering. I don't know. It doesn't always do that. Sometimes it's even worse. Like, okay, so right. Sometimes it's a little jittery. I don't know how to fix that, but maybe someone else will know. But yeah, see, now it's not doing it. I think they just did it at first. So, style 2 is actually fairly simple. All I've done here, and on both versions, I have the basic box collider that's around the whole cube, and then the second box collider is a trigger, and that's just 0.25 larger than the normal box collider. We've got a rigid body, and on this one, I don't think on style 1 it's got 2000 mass. I don't know. Let's see. Um, it's okay. It does. Um, why is it asking me to save? Because I clicked on something. So the rigid body's 2000 mass, and it's not kinematic on either version, and I'll explain why in a second. But so on trigger enter, we have we changed in the mass to a smaller amount, and then I have two different states that use the same animation. One of them sets the player's speed to 0, and this one does not change the player speed. And then we set the cube. We set the player as the parent of the cube, and then we changed to a different shot just for niceness. And then I actually have a trigger from the hub input action cancel, and we have that set to the player move, the main movement controls. So as soon as you let go of any direction on your WASD or what have you, this will trigger and sets the mass back to 2000, clears the parent, and keeps the position. And then we stop the state, and then we go back to our main camera shot. And this right here is just sound effects, just for fun. So, and that's it for style 2. Let's go over to style 1. I don't need to save. Why do you keep asking me that, Unity? So all the same here, rigid body, all the same. And now the big difference here is we have an actions object that we're running on trigger enter, and we're changing our rotation to look at target, changing the shot, setting the state. This one actually sets the speed to 0. Waiting 3 seconds, and this sound effect again is just for fun. And then we add 500 acceleration to the cube, and that's, I forgot to change that. Right, and then we're stopping the player state and changing the rotation back to normal, setting the main camera shot, waiting 1 second, move speed to player to 4, which is the basic, the default. So then on our cancel on this one, we're stopping the actions, move speed player to 4, and basically all that same stuff that was at the end, right here, all this except for the wait. And then also we're checking if the distance is greater than 2, and we're teleporting the player backwards. And that's basically it. Let's jump in and show you style 1 out. Did I think, oh, I already did. But let me make sure it still works. I don't know why it was working at all when I had that set to self acceleration. That's strange. Okay, it still works. I don't know why. See, that's weird. That should not have worked when I had this. See, this was set to self and it was still working. Let's see if that was just, maybe I had a brain fart and accidentally changed it in the middle of the video. I don't know. Like, that's really weird. Bear with me here for a second. I want to see something. That should not work. That is not supposed to work. I guess it's self. Okay. Because we're running the actions on the cube. Interesting. I didn't know that that's how I didn't know that's how actions worked, that you could like do that. That changes a lot for me, actually. Make a lot of stuff a lot easier. But anyway, that's basically it. And I will I guess I'll upload the a package with this stuff in it, so you can just like copy and paste if you want. I don't know. Alright. Have a good one.